Welcome back to Movies TV Mad. You can follow me on Twitter at Movies TV Mad. Have you been racking your brains since you've seen the Batman? How the hell do I rank all the live action movies now? I know I have, so later on in around 90 minutes, 2 hours time, on my next live video, we're going to do something very exciting. We're going to rank every live action entry of every Batman movie, not from worst to best, but from our least favourites to our very favourites. So we'll be doing that a little bit later on. So Matt Reeves, the Joker. So this is what Matt has confirmed. He's confirmed that Barry Coogan did play the Joker in the Batman in that scene, identifying the guy in the Arkham cell with the Riddler as the Joker. This is the other exciting stuff Matt has also confirmed. The Batman has already encountered the Joker in the first 2 years. Wow! The Joker has a birth defect on his face. He can't stop smiling. His take is inspired by The Man Who Laughs. Also, slightly, the Joker movie, directed by Todd Phillips, was also inspired by The Man Who Laughs. This Joker is also a serial killer. Not a fully fledged Joker yet. So this is a Joker. Barry's Joker is at the beginning, not in the middle. He's not older. He's at the beginning of his Joker career, if you like. This is very, very interesting to me, where we go with this character, where we put this character. So will he be introduced in the next movie? Well, more than likely, but he could also be put in some type of HBO Max spin-off. Of course, there's loads of theorizing now what these spin-offs can be, because Matt has teased there's a lot of these spin-offs to come. The box office is healthy, it's gonna happen, but where does the Joker fit into this story? Does Matt Reeves seem like a writer-director who's just gonna give us a Joker versus the Batman story? Not necessarily. A lot of people have posed this question and criticism. Should the Joker be involved so quickly? You know, after seeing him in his very own Joker movie, Jared Leto's Joker. Listen, you cannot build a Batman live action universe and not have the Joker. Whether you like it or not, he's popular, he's beloved, we love seeing him. As long as it's a new, fresh take, it's not a problem. And it's going to be very different to Joaquin's version in the Joker movie, and definitely very different to what they did with Jared Leto, which, like it or not, isn't a very popular version. So I think we're crying out for a version that everyone can embrace. But I like the fact that he's got this birth defect, something that he's struggled with all his life. Also, Matt has been discussing his nihilistic tendencies, that he's a serial killer, but he's not the Joker yet. But we know he can't help but to smile. And so, you know, it'll be interesting what kind of story Matt wants to tell with this character. But what I'm loving about this is that the Batman and this early version of the Joker have some type of history. Now we should try and theorize and predict what type of history they have. And as we're going with Gotham PD, which is year one, that could be a place they could introduce Barry's Joker. I want you to be well aware of something. Just because Matt's doing streaming shows, it doesn't mean he can't use, you know, A-list actors. By being able to use Colin Farrell in every episode front and center in a Penguin-centric, you know, year two story, it means he can use whoever he wants. So Barry would be available to be involved in Gotham PD. I think Gotham PD is perfect for Barry. And what I'm also trying to say to you, that Robert Pattinson's Bruce Wayne Batman will be involved. Not necessarily in cameos, but you'll see him. He'll be there. Now, obviously, it's not his story, but he'll be involved. You could also do a prequel story of these two characters' history. I think, as I say, it's very fascinating that they used to know each other, that they've encountered each other before. Now, I kind of hinted towards this in the DCEU Daily Live today, that maybe it's a Smallville, Clark and Lex situation. Maybe these two were once friends, and maybe that's why Batman felt comfortable going to see him and asking his advice and questions to help him with the Riddler. We don't know. We also don't know if he's going to have another identity in Matt Reeves of this Joker. You know, in terms of the Joker movie, we know his name is Arthur Fleck. Now, in Batman 89, it's Jack Napier. Now, in The Dark Knight, we don't know who this guy once was. Of course, that makes him even more frightening. But it wouldn't surprise me in Matt's version if we find out who he really is. You see, what's very interesting here, you could actually do a prequel story about him before he becomes the Joker. And you could use Barry to do this. This would be great for Barry and Matt to flesh out who this Joker is, because this is how you counter the argument that there shouldn't be a Joker, because if you do a prequel story before he's the Joker, it's a lot more interesting, it's a lot more intriguing, and I suspect this is the way they'll go, either using this situation via a Gotham PD show, but why waste the opportunity of not having a Joker prequel, the Batman spin-off on HBO Max? People would love it. I'm starting to believe that the reveal of Barry playing the Joker and the leak from the brother was a tactic from the very beginning for this reason, to get people hyped. And it's interesting to me that Matt's been so forthcoming about who this Joker is, that he has got a past with Batman. Is it a past with Batman? Is it a past with Bruce Wayne? That's one thing we don't know. If you're asking me directly, I believe that we're going to go for a standalone prequel series for this Joker before he's the Joker. Because let's look at the evidence. He's doing a proper Year 2 series about the Penguin vying for the power that's been left behind in the Batman movie, right? From Falcone's death. So it's clear to me we could have a few other villain stories. Now, this is interesting because this is the direction that Todd Phillips wanted to go with his Joker-centric villains universe. But we are getting a Joker sequel, and it'll be very interesting what they do with that. So, yeah, that's how I'm seeing these things play out, that we'll get a Joker prequel series setting the character up. Now, some people believe that we shouldn't know who the Joker once was, but I think with Matt's storytelling chops, doing a Joker prequel HBO Max spin-off series would be brilliant for him. Now, Matt's got a lot of fingers in a lot of pies, so he would probably have to bring someone else in or a partner to help him direct and write this kind of mini-series if this does happen. But for me, I think this is a very interesting way at going at these things, and I'd love to know your take in the comments down below. This has been Movies TV Mad. I'm Mick, your host with the most. Just ask your girlfriends and your wives. Like, share, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you never miss this perfection. And I'll see you in the live where we finally rank these Batman movies together. Until then, goodbye, au revoir, auf Wiedersehen. Until the live, I'll see you very soon. I promise.